the Razer Mamba, the Razer Mamba Tournament Edition, the Razer Mamba Elite, the Razer Mamba Hyperflex, and now the Razer Mamba Wireless 5G, I guess. Yeah, Razer has a new Mamba mouse yet again, the second one of 2018, and I've been using it. Let's take a look and let's see what it's all about. All right, so real quick, going over the contents. It's nothing new that we're not familiar with if you've ever bought a Razer product. You got some nice premium packaging. You got your stickers, your instruction manual. With the Mamba, it's wireless, but of course you're going to get your charging cable. This is a really nice thick cable. I don't think it's a big deal to have a thick braided cable when it comes to a wireless mouse because you're buying it for the wireless feature. You're not really going to be using it with a wire too often. So it's good to have a nice durable one to charge the mouse itself. And this is a micro USB, so still no mouse with the Type-C cable. But this does have a housing that kind of makes it a little unique to the Mamba. And then you have a dongle here that you can use to plug into the micro USB. And what you want to do with this is when you have your receiver, you always want to plug this into the dongle and then run your cable from the dongle, set it in front of your mouse pad if you can, and then run this to your computer. So you always want to have the dongle as close as possible to the mouse. You don't want to have your tower behind a wall, under the desk, what have you, and have this receiver along with it. You just want to reduce any opportunity for there to be any interference or issues with your wireless connection. Other than that, the mouse is right here. They got rid of the grill that the Tournament Edition and the original wireless had. You have the new design of the grip. They've been using this now more and more with their newer mice. It is a 7-button mouse. They got rid of the tilt on the wheel. I don't know why, maybe to save on weight, but this is still a heavier mouse. You have the 2 side buttons, and you have the mouse 1 and 2, and then the 2 DPI. So other than that, though, it's the same shape we've dealt with since 2014, 2015. It's a really nice, matte finish. It feels very, very comfortable. And then you have your large feet at the bottom, and then 2 smaller ones at the top. And I'm plugging my dongle here. If you do want to run it wired, it's actually better than the Rival 710 because I didn't run into the issue here where the cable was actually lower than the mouse feet. If you guys watch my 710 video, this housing right here, I don't know if it was defective or just poor QA. It actually sat lower than the feet, and I don't have this feeling that I'm, trying to use the mouse through mud. So, Razer designs are really nice. I've always really liked them. It's always been their quality that's been an issue, and after using this to play WoW and Rainbow Six Siege, I can definitely say that there's no creaking when I press in on it. The buttons don't feel like they're soft or anything. There's nice clicky sounds to them. Let me bring my microphone over here. See if we can pick that up. So those are the side buttons, and then mouse 1 and mouse 2. So I don't think they have the tactile satisfaction that I get out of the Logitech mice, but this is still a very satisfying click on all of the buttons. And when it comes to wireless mice, it's going to be the most comparable to Logitech's offering, and that you have the G Pro wireless that just came out, and then last year the G703, which is really an updated version of the G403, which also comes in a wireless option. These are both ergonomic right-handed mice, so if you're not wanting something that's going to be for right or left-handed users, and you want something that's going to be really comfortable for right-handed, you can't go wrong with either one of these. But other than that, let's go ahead and we will take a look at the ever infamous Razer software. Alright, so guys, I love my Logitech mice, okay? When it comes to keyboards, headsets, things like that, my branding options are always open. But when it comes to mice, Logitech has never steered me wrong. But with the software with Razer, I've always been kind of scared with because of the fact that, well, it's kind of intrusive, and they've gotten better about it where you can turn off the notifications, you can turn off the auto startup, It's not always wanting everything, but it still does require a login because it's a cloud-based system. And I don't like that we need to create a profile to change the lighting and DPI on a mouse. But unfortunately, that's just what it is, and that's what you sign up for when you get Razer. Going into it though, you have your profile that you can change. I believe it goes up to 4 profiles that are built into the mouse, which is really nice if you ever want to take it on the go. Then you have your performance, so you can set your DPI settings, and I myself like 400, 800 depending on the game, but you can go all the way up to 5 different DPI settings, okay? Your polling rate should always be at 1,000, but if you do want to increase the battery life on the mouse, you can definitely lower it to 500. I don't think it's necessarily going to be a make or break for you. A lot of the guys, though, that are really into the number crunching of mice will say that you want 1,000. Then you have lighting, which Razer's always been really, really good at. You can do quick effects. You can do like your static, which is just going to be your standard solid color. Then we'll go into breathing. You can have 2 different colors. And you can also randomize. So it's going to breathe one color, and then it's going to turn off and breathe another. Okay. You can also do randomized colors too, which is really nice. Then we have reactive, and really it only does anything when you actually press a key. When you actually click a button on the mouse itself, just like that. All right, it kind of turns on. We have spectrum cycling. I think we're all aware of that. It just goes through all the colors. And then we also have advanced effects, which I really like. So you can go into the Chroma Studio, and this is where you can pick between the logo as well as the wheel. If you notice, though, with this mouse, it's not like the other Mambas. It does not have the RGB trimming along the side. I like that, okay? When it comes to a wireless mouse, we don't need excessive amounts of RGB because we do want to conserve battery life. So keeping it nice and minimal like this is perfect for me. All right, I want the battery life more than the RGB. Your hand's gonna cover it up anyway, right? So when you go into this, you can change your effects, and you can actually have one effect done on the wheel, and then if we want to go to this, say the logo, we can do starlight. Okay, so you can then have 2 different effects being done on the mouse itself. And I think that is really, really cool because it opened up a lot more customization possibilities to where your Mamba or your Razer mouse is not going to be like the next guy. So that's a little obnoxious, but hey, if that's what flavor you want, you do have that option. So yeah, definitely being able to tinker around with all the different options within lighting is one of Razer's strengths. They love their chroma. So yeah, going over it real quick, you got your profiles, your chroma settings, your button settings, and it's very, very customizable. I do like it. And then you also have power saving, so you can have it go into idle right away. And I've noticed that when I do put it in idle, even after a minute, I will hit a key. I'll hit a button, and right away it turns back on. So there's not really any delay. So if you want to conserve battery life, that is something I also recommend, is messing with the power saving, because it is rated to be right around 50 hours, which is less than the Logitech G Pro. 50 hours is still good, but you just have to be a little bit more conscious about always making sure that you guys have it plugged in. All right, so bottom line, would I recommend it? Yes and no. It comes down to really what your grip style is and what shape and weight you're looking for in your wireless mouse. I use fingertip. I did not have any problem playing this game at all, of Siege, PUBG, or WoW. The one thing I will say though is that with it being such a heavy mouse, and me getting used to the G Pro wireless and having always used the G Pro wired, it's taken some getting used to. My shots kind of like overextend when I'm targeting anything, so it's more or less my problem and not the mouse's problem. But I will say, from using other mice, while this is just over 100 grams, I think it's 104. This is actually 106 grams. The shape on the 703 I prefer only because the indentation on the thumb rest is actually a little bit more inside. So I'm more confident with my grip if I have to pick up the mouse for any reason. I didn't experience any slippery moments with my thumb on here because of I think the grip on this is actually really nice. Uh, but I just didn't feel as confident, so I don't think I flicked or lifted as much as I normally would with a mouse. Um, but when it comes to your wireless offering, this is $150. This is 100, and this is also 100. But I've seen this on sale a lot. It comes down to how much you want to pay as well. So with all three mice, you really can't go wrong. But keep in mind, this is ergonomic. Right hand only. This is ambidextrous. So if you are left-handed or you're like myself and you kind of prefer having the sorry, the camera's out of focus there. But if you prefer having both sides of the mouse being equal, then I would definitely recommend the G Pro, the G Pro Wireless, or even the Razer Lance Head in that case. So, yeah, if I left anything out, guys, please leave a comment below so I can hopefully answer that for you. I'm here if you guys have any questions. And if you need any more of a comparison between any of the other popular mice and the Mamba Wireless, then let me know. Also, hit that like button, hit that subscribe if you want to see some more unboxings, reviews, and comparisons. And other than that, I appreciate you guys watching and have yourself a good one.